Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I thought we would do a very chilled little knit and chat. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this, so please excuse me if I haven't quite got the angles right or the lighting right or something. I'm doing my best with it to try and get me and my knitting in the frame. But yeah, I just thought we'd have a nice little catch up because I've got some exciting news to share with you all, which is knitting related, so I thought I would knit at the same time. So I'll start by showing you what I am knitting on. This is a sweater, this is a design by me and I'll go into it in more detail soon, and I'm knitting this in Drops Air in this lovely pink colour. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to knit and chat. Excuse me if I don't look at the camera as much as I normally do. I might have to concentrate a little bit. But I'm hoping to make these things more regular on my channel, just sort of general like catching up, what are you knitting, what am I knitting, that kind of thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments if you like it. So let's just get started with the big announcement because otherwise nothing else is going to make much sense. So just before Christmas, I heard the news that my book had been, my book pitch had been accepted and I am now going to be publishing a knitting book. It's not going to be coming out for quite a while, probably like 2025, so don't get too excited. But yeah, I'm publishing a knitting book with White Owl, which is an imprint of Pen and Sword Publishing. It will be a knitting pattern book. Actually, I can show you because it's in like a series that they're doing of crafting books. So let me just grab the one or the other in the series. So if you are a crocheter or you just follow other fibre artists, you may have seen this on Instagram. This is where I first heard about the publisher and thought about contacting them about writing a book. So this is by Lindsay Nunes. This is the modern crochet style. So you can see all the books are like this. They're paperback, they are A4, they have a brightly coloured spine, and then they are sort of filled with how-tos, lots of photography, lots of colour, really beautiful books. So yeah, I will be writing a book in this series. I think they've got like 20 titles out now, but they've got loads more coming. They're really doing a lot of crafting types, some really lovely things as well, like I think there's modern macrame and modern embroidery and all these things. So mine will be modern style knits, that's what it's going to be called. It's going to be 12 seasonal patterns. I can share about it on here. I checked and they're okay for me to talk about it. I'm not going to be able to like share obviously absolutely everything, but I'm hoping that you guys can come along the journey with me a little bit. So yeah, to those who don't know, if you're watching for the first time or you just don't know, I am a writer as well as a knitwear designer, so I basically have 3 jobs because I have a part-time job as a social media manager for the Cotswold Sewing Centres and Makeley Craft subscription boxes, and then I run my own like freelance business doing writing, freelance writing. So I've written for like Simply Sewing magazine and Simply Knitting magazine and, you know, other publications as well. I recently started designing and I was on Kirsty's Handmade Christmas last year, which is a show in the UK. If you're not based in the UK, it's a Christmas crafting show in the UK, and I was in the Christmas jumper competition. So yeah, lots of exciting things have been happening. So I thought after we filmed Kirsty, I thought it was worth, you know, pitching a book idea because I've always thought I'd love to write a knitting book. I did think for quite a while about, you know, publishing on Ravelry like everybody else does, but I just thought I'd actually quite like to go down a different route. I think being a writer as well, I can, you know, I'm going to be writing about sort of the sustainability of making your own clothes and, you know, a little bit about choosing natural fibres, if you wearing, you know, if and where you can, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's nice for me to actually write a book. It's so weird to say that as well, because it's been my dream since I was a little girl, for as long as I can remember, since I was like 4 or 5, to be an author. So now it's actually happening. That's really exciting. I also write fiction as well. I'm currently writing my first novel at the moment, albeit very slowly. It's slowing down a lot now that I'm writing a knitting book. And I always thought that that would be like my first book that I got published, would be a novel. So it's a bit weird really to have it as a knitting book, but you know, I'm really excited and happy about it. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm like over the moon. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on for the next year. I'm going to be designing all of the patterns, writing all the patterns up. I will be looking for pattern testers, so if you're interested, please do leave me a comment. I will be sharing stuff on my Instagram about how I'm going to go about sort of collecting those contact details and things like that. So if you follow me on Instagram, look out for that. If you don't, I will share in, you know, later videos and stuff, like how to sign up. I'll probably do like a Google sign up or something like that when I'm ready for that, because it'd be great to do some pattern testing. Obviously all of that will have to be super secret, so you won't actually be able to share your finished makes too much until sort of publication. So that's something to bear in mind if you're interested. I know that's quite hard, like if you're knitting on something and you can't you know, share it on Instagram, that might put you off. I mean, you can definitely share a bit. It'd be nice to sort of create a bit of a buzz around the book over the next couple of years, but as I say, like, you know, we're talking sort of 2025, which is quite a long way away. So yeah. I will keep you guys updated on how that goes. So this is my first design that I'm knitting on at the moment. This is called the Magnolia sweater. The sort of basis behind this is I wanted an easy, very, very easy, like beginner sweater pattern in the book, because the book is going to be definitely a mix of beginner and more complicated patterns. The idea being that hopefully you can start with, you know, like a headband or a scarf, and work your way up, and then try the sweater, and then try a cardigan, and then there's going to be a more difficult cardigan and a more difficult sweater, and you can sort of grow with the book if you want to. But also if you're already, you know, a knitter, it'll be nice because there will be some really simple patterns when you just want that mindless knit, like this jumper's a bit of a mindless knit, and then there'll be the more complicated when you want something a little bit more interesting. So I'm hoping it's going to sort of appeal to everybody. So yeah, the Magnolia sweater is a very simple sweater. It's knit in broken rib with drops air, so it's an Aran weight on 5mm needles. It is going to be a very relaxed fit, and the kind of idea is often in February, March, it's still very, very cold here in the UK, and I want to dress for spring in like pinks and pastels and nice bright colours, but it's so cold. So the idea was to knit a sweater that you can wear in February and feel really springy and lovely, but not freeze your bum off. Stay nice and toasty, and then also as it warms up and we're not needing to wear our coats anymore, this will be the kind of jumper that you can just throw on without a jacket when it's still chilly enough to need that jumper, but actually you can show it off a bit more. So yeah, this is drops air, and it's in the colour heather. So I called it the Magnolia jumper because it's pink like magnolias, and also that was kind of my thought, was that you will be wearing it out when the magnolias start to bloom and the blossom starts to bloom in this country, in the UK. So yeah, really excited about that. This is the first time I've ever knit with drops air, and I'm quite enjoying it. It's giving me that lightweight, sort of floofy feel that I wanted with this jumper. I'm hoping it's going to be sort of light enough to be able to like do a French tuck in the front of jeans, just because I didn't want like a big thick heavy jumper, but I still want that warmth. So I think, let me have a look. It's 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide and 7% wool. So yeah, it's mostly alpaca with a little bit of wool. It's a blown yarn. So if you don't know what a blown yarn is, it's basically like a tube made of fibres where they blow fibres into it. So it has this really lightweight feel, but it's often quite warm. It's very sort of airy, like a cloud. I've knit with Merino Aria, which is Rowan's blown yarn, one of Rowan's blown yarns, and that was lovely, and I knit myself. That's a bit more heavy though, I have to say, than this, but that gave me a really gorgeous cardigan that's super cozy, super warm, but quite lightweight still, which is nice. Obviously if you want like a really big drape to your jumper, you probably would want to use something a bit heavier, maybe not a blown yarn, which, you know, when the book comes out and you all buy it, you can obviously do like a yarn substitution and try something else if you want to change it up. So that's my hope with the patterns as well, is as much as they're like seasonal, so there's 3 for each season, you know, you could just change up the colour and it works for another season, you know, especially like spring, autumn and winter. A lot of those knits, you know, you can just change the colour and it'll work. The summer knits obviously are going to be quite summery, they're going to be lightweight, they're going to be a lot of cotton, but the rest of them are all made with wool or alpaca or something along those lines. So yeah, I will be knitting them seasonally as I go. I'm sort of a season ahead-ish. I didn't start knitting this until this week, so you know, I'm not as far ahead as I would like to be, because obviously I didn't get the book deal until the 23rd of December, and then it wasn't all like confirmed until after Christmas because everyone went on Christmas holidays. So I would have liked, if I could have done, to have started knitting these in December, so I'm like literally a season ahead, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've got a holiday in a week's time, so I'm filming this on Friday the 20th of January. It's going up this Sunday, so yeah, I've got a week's holiday for my graduation, and it's just a really chilled week. Other than the graduation, that's all we've got planned. We've got like a hot tub and stuff, so we will just be relaxing. So my thought is that I can get a lot of rows done on this. But I'm also making sure that I've got some more sort of like relaxing knits on the go as well. So I think I showed this in my last video. This is my crazy psychedelic sock. I've just finished like down to where you shape for the heel on the other sock that goes with this one. So I will be working on that as well a little bit over the next couple of weeks, and maybe on holiday. I think I'll probably work on this for the next week, so I might take the sock with me on holiday as well as this, and yeah, see if I can get that sock done. I am loving wearing my hand knitted socks. I'm wearing one, two, obviously I'm wearing two at the moment. It's been a total revelation having a hand knitted sock. Because it's so warm, having a woolen hand knitted sock. So normally in the winter when I walk the dogs in the morning, so this week it's been like, sorry, my camera just cut off there. So this week it's been like sort of -2, -1 in the mornings walking the dogs. And normally I have to wear like my snow boots, otherwise my toes just get so cold inside my wellies, or I have to double up, so I'll wear like just like some normal like bamboo, sustainable like bamboo socks. They're my faves, with like a woolly walking sock type thing. But I have discovered hand knitted wool socks, because these are like 75% wool from West Yorkshire Spinners, are so cozy. I can still wear my wellies even in the freezing cold, because like the ground's all frosted up and stuff. So I've not tried them in snow yet, but yeah, it's made me very happy that I don't have to wear like 300 million pairs of socks to leave the house. So I need more pairs. I need lots of pairs. I'm planning to do a sock pattern though, I think, for the book, so that's probably what I'll work on once I finish the sweater, so that'll be really nice. I'm trying to use natural fibres, and where possible like some British yarns and some smaller yarns as well, because in the back of the book I will have like a stockist list of where I've like bought from, and yarns like this, like drops that I'm buying from small businesses. So I bought this from work, from the Cotswold Sewing Centres, and that kind of thing, just trying to like support them as much as possible. And then, as I say, I'll put that in like the back of the book, because that really means a lot to me. It's really important to me that we support like small yarn businesses in the UK and wool production in the UK. I'm a big fan of like Campaign for Wool and stuff. I've got an exciting video all about this kind of stuff coming out maybe next week or the week after, I'm not sure. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna go and visit some sheep in the Cotswolds. So yeah, be prepared for that one. So yeah, that is my news. What is everybody else knitting on? Let me know. If you have any questions as well about like you know, the process of writing the book or the process of pitching, if anybody's interested in anything like that, please let me know in the comments below, because I'm really happy to sort of talk about that and share about that. As I say, I'm a writer, so I'm used to doing like a lot of pitching and stuff. I can maybe give some tips, we'll see. But yeah, I thought I might share the whole process of like writing a book and designing patterns and things over the next couple of years. Take you along with me, like do some vlogs and stuff. So let me know if you'd be interested in that kind of thing. Yeah, I might show you this jumper a little bit close up. I'm just coming towards the end of a round, so let me just finish. It's been so weird working with such a lightweight yarn, I have to say, because I spent the last like 2-3 months working on my husband's jumper, which is now finished. I'll be showing that in my like January makes video that I'm going to do soon. That's been like quite a drapey, heavy yarn, so to now work with something like this is yeah, it's nice, it's lovely. Right, let me just, there we go. So here it is. You can see the broken rib pattern, so it just gives a bit of texture to the yarn, and I did like 3cm rib on the bottom, because I quite like that when you don't have like a huge rib band at the bottom or on the cuffs, because as I say, I want to be able to like tuck this jumper into jeans and stuff, so that's my thought behind that. So yeah, super easy, lovely broken rib. It's knit in the round, it's bottom up, so obviously you're going to split for the sleeves at some point. The book will definitely be a mix of knit in the round and flat, because things like obviously scarves, headbands, etc. will be flat. Some of it will, a lot of it will be like, as I say, like knit from bottom up and then splitting, or you know, top down and splitting sometimes depending on what sleeve I'm doing. There's going to be cardigans and stuff, so yeah, it'll be a whole mix. But I felt like for modern, because it's a modern knitting book, it did have to be you know, there had to be patterns in the round, because I would say that's like the modern way of knitting. Let me know in the comments though, are you a flat knitter or a round knitter? I do both, because I basically just pick the patterns that I like, and I'm happy to do both. It is nice not to seam up at the end, but at the same time it's also quite nice because it's so easy to just knit flat pieces. So the actual knitting process, you don't really have to concentrate at all a lot of the time, especially if you do like a drop shoulder thing, because it's just literally rectangles. So yeah, I feel like there are pros and cons to both. But yeah, let me know in the comments what is your preference. So yeah, I think that's all I have to share with you today. Let me know if you enjoyed this knit and chat. Let me know if you'd like more, because there's going to be a lot of knitting this year and a lot of chatting whilst I do it. So yeah, let me know if you would like to see more of these videos, and as I say, let me know what you're knitting on, let me know what you're excited for. this year to knit on, and yeah, I hope you enjoy being part of my book writing journey. I will see you next time. I can't remember which video is coming when, but there will be another video next week, so I hope you enjoy that. If you want to keep up with my book writing journey and my knitting journey, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, it really helps if you give me a like, and yeah, a comment if you fancy chatting. I'm always open for chatting in the comments. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.